to operate in this old world, take care of our responsibilities, but not with the consciousness that everything is mine, but shifting our consciousness to everything is yours, Baba. Now you see that we have been saying this for very long. Ever since Bhakti started, we have always said that, Baba, everything belongs to you. Sab kuch tera. But Baba says that not just in words, but in spirit, you have to understand that mine is one Baba and everything else belongs to Baba. And Baba says, first thing is you realize I'm a soul and mine is one Baba and none other. Have you realized this? That I am a soul and all I ever need is Baba. I am a soul and everything that I ever need, whether right now or in the future, the provider of that is Baba. So, and this is a subject of very deep realization that Baba is enough. When you really understand that I am a soul and whatever I need as a soul, my spiritual needs can only be fulfilled by my Father, because He is the ocean of everything spiritual. Baba is the ocean of knowledge, purity, love, peace, happiness, bliss, power. Everything that the soul needs has to come from Baba. And whatever I need physically is a reflection of my spiritual need. So if I'm full inside, I attract everything outside. If I'm empty inside, I need a lot, but I don't attract anything. I keep running after it. So Baba says that everything that you need is coming from me. So once I, the soul, realize that mine is one Baba and none other, then I keep this continuous link of love, this Buddhi Yoga, this Lagan with Baba. And in that continuous link of love, I keep remembering Him, drawing from Him clarity, love, joy, peace, power. And I also keep taking every step of action on His guidance and direction. And when I keep doing that, then Baba says, that is enough. You don't need anything more. You don't need to struggle. You don't need to fight. You don't need to win. You don't need to do anything else. This much is enough. And this is how the whole universe works. This is the fundamental thing that, a soul draws its energy from Baba, and that spiritual energy is manifested in physical reality. This is the true nature of how the universe works. But the thing is, from the Copper Age onwards, we lose this link with Baba. And because of that, we keep looking at Vastu, Vyakti, Vaibhav, matter and souls to get what we need. And that's why we keep running after them and emptying ourselves at the same time. So the more we are running after, matter and people and accomplishments, attainments, the emptier we are getting. But Baba says, now you have understood the secret. The secret is that I am a soul and I have to have this continuous link of love with Baba, and I have to take every step on His direction, and this much is enough. This much is enough to make me make me inherit the bigger fortune, the biggest fortune, the kingdom of heaven also. Now Baba says, okay, now when you understand that I am a soul and Baba is enough for me, Baba is my world, then what is your attitude towards all that you called mine earlier? So, we had this sense of I and mine. So, Baba says that earlier you thought I am a body. So, now you understand you are a soul. And earlier you thought mine is my children, my positions, my property, my attainments. All these are mine, or maybe my talents, my specialities are mine. Now Baba says that what is the attitude that you have for that? Do you just give everything away? You say that nothing is mine, my body is also not mine, so let me kill it. So, or nothing is mine, so take my child. I don't need the child because that's not mine. Baba says, no, that's not the way you deal with it. So, Baba says, when you understand that one Baba is mine, then you start and then you surrender everything that you previously called mine to Baba. And you say, Baba, everything that I called mine is now yours. And when you do that, then you have an indirect relationship of a trustee with everything that you called earlier is mine. So Baba says, when you surrender everything to me, you say, Baba, this body, my talents, specialities, relationships, or the money, or the things that I have, everything is yours. And Baba says, your mind also, your old mind, you surrender to me. So, people are always complaining about how their old mind is causing a lot of discomfort to them. Their old mind is full of fear or overthinking or stress or something. And Baba says, surrender everything to me. And then I give you everything back in trust. And you are a trustee of everything. You are a trustee of the body, you are a trustee of your mind, you are a trustee of your wealth. And Baba says, when you have this relationship of a trustee, then this relationship is a very beautiful relationship in which there is no burden. Because when you have the relationship of a trustee, then you take care of everything. But while taking care also, you are absolutely detached. So Baba says, when you say this is mine and that is mine, you become trapped. And when you say that everything belongs to Baba and I am a trustee, then you become very free and burden free. You are detached and you are not trapped, you are burden free. And this is something that, in theory we understand that, you have to convert all that was previously mine to Baba, it is yours. But if you don't do it accurately, if you don't come to the realization that mine is one Baba and I have to lead this Sangam Yugi life with spiritual power, with the power of the Supreme Soul's company and support. So it is my personal realization that, I have realized that Baba is enough for this journey. And when you realize that, then you understand that I and Baba, we have to have this journey together and reach our destination. And everything else will keep changing, and whatever is its form, I behave like a trustee with it and walk with it. This is an internal realization that I've had, and this realization has made me feel very light. And Baba says that when you do this, when you shift everything from mine to yours, then Baba says, I don't benefit from it. Because just think about what will Baba do with our old mind and this diseased body and with the wealth which is good for nothing. You see, people are very wealthy, but when a calamity strikes, that wealth is not even capable of giving one chapati to them. Yes, so have you seen that people have so much intoxication of their wealth, but that wealth will not be able to buy life for you if you want to live longer. That wealth will not be able to buy health for you if you want to be pain free. That wealth will not be able to buy love for you if you want good relationships, and that wealth will not even be able to buy food for you when there is really a calamity that strikes. And people have so much arrogance of that wealth, but if you look at it, until and unless you have real spiritual support, that wealth will not come to your rescue, and that wealth will just keep lying around. So Baba says that if you understand that this old body, this diseased mind, this wealth, it is not going to serve me, and this is something that I surrender to Baba, because I understand that I am a soul and I need Baba. And until and unless you surrender everything else that is mine to Baba, you cannot make Baba mine, because your sense of mine can only be in either in Baba or in the worldly world, right? So Baba says, this is the vidhi, this is the tact, this is the method you adopt. So you surrender everything from the buddhi to me, and you understand that I am enough and you have to have this journey with me. And when you do that, Baba says, I don't benefit from whatever you have, because when you are not able to take advantage of what you have, how will I take advantage? So what you have is troubling you. So how can it serve me? But Baba says, when you do this, you will be a trustee and you will be very light. And Baba says, and you see that people say that it is not the destination, but the journey that matters. And Baba always says that, okay, you will go to Satyug, but Satyug is the golden age. And where are we? We are in the diamond age. And in this diamond age, we experience super sensuous joy, we experience life with Baba, we experience fearlessness, and just think about how valuable being fearless, being happy, being peaceful, having loveful relationships, and being powerful in a world which is struggling for, a drop of peace and happiness means. And just think about how life without fear and with Swaman, what it means in this world where people are just begging for respect, and people are willing to do anything to get respect from others. So living a life of self-respect and fearlessness is very, very, valuable in this old world. And Baba says this is the quality of Sangam Yugi life. A Sangam Yugi life is a life characterized by super sensuous eternal joy, of absolute peace, great power, being full of self-worth, being full of, the happiness of being in Baba's company always, and having the opportunity to do world seva. But Baba says, how will you experience the beauty of the Sangam Yugi journey? Only when you stay light and be a trustee. And just think about when there is this sense of mine in everything, then everything, the body or whatever you have, is always falling into trouble. in one way or the other always. And because you have this sense of mind, your heart is sinking all the time, your happiness is lost, your peace is lost, and you're always struggling. You're struggling to hold on to that which you cannot hold on to anyway. And Baba says that don't spend your Sangam Yugi life like this. Your Sangam Yugi life is for you to enjoy the freedom and the happiness and the dignity of knowing who you are. And Baba says that you will be able to do that only when you stay light by giving everything to Baba, that Baba, this is yours. And when you surrender completely with the mind, then Baba says, and you become a light trustee. Okay, I am taking care of everything, and the owner is not me. So it is Baba. So whether it comes to loss or gain, I have to just make my effort, and I have to submit the report to Baba that Baba, I gave in my 100%. And the owner will, it is up to the owner to understand whether it was lost or gained. So Baba says, and when you stay light, only something that is light can fly. And Baba says, you will fly, you will go to your elevated stage, you will fly and become an angel only when you stay light by being a trustee in this Sangam Yugi life. So Baba says, there is pleasure in being light. And I think, my greatest, if somebody asks me, what is my greatest experience, or what is my greatest gift that I received from Baba, then I think, it is this sense of freedom while living in this old world. And when you feel free from inside, when you feel light, then that is a very pleasurable thing in Sangam Yuga. And Baba says, I want your children to live like that. So just convert mine, everything to mine is one Baba, and everything that I'm taking care of is just like a trustee because it belongs to Baba. So this is something. And then Baba today says that you are a powerful soul. You get the certificate that you are a powerful soul only when you are not influenced by people or matter. And you see that people and matter, they pull you, either by way of attraction or by way of fear. So sometimes they take a very scary form and you get scared of them, or sometimes they attract you and you get influenced and trapped in that trap. So Baba says a powerful soul always behaves sensibly, knowledgefully, powerfully in the face of however people behave or whatever is the way that matter is moving. And when Baba says matter, the first thing that Baba is talking about is this body, because the body is made of matter. So Baba says, whether this body is sick, ill, or on the verge of death, or there is acute pain or whatever, if it is not able to influence you, and whether people, whether they are in authority or in relationship with you, or they are somebody who can benefit you by feeding your greed, or somebody who can scare you by by threatening to harm you by way of authority, or somebody who are able to tempt you because they are offering you something that they have and you don't have. In any case, if people are not able to mess with your mind and people are not able to influence your accurate decisions, and you don't act out of vice and fear in the face of people's behavior or in the face of matter behaving erratically, then you take the certificate of a powerful soul. So this is something that Baba tells us. And Baba is also talking about doing seva through questionnaires. So Baba says just ask people, that first question that Baba is asking us to ask everybody is, what is your relationship with God? And this is a question that we should ask everybody, and then we should answer it for them. And just think about, just think about a child who doesn't have any identity. Yes, that child doesn't know his history, that child doesn't know his parents, Lokik parents, that child has no family, that child doesn't know who he is. Yes, he doesn't even know he's human and he has to behave human in a human way. So just think about that kind of a child, and just think about the opposite, a child who has parents, who has a teacher, who has a guide. And Baba says, when we forget Baba from the copper age, and we also lose our inheritance, and apart from that we start forgetting Baba also, then we start getting emptier and emptier in so many different ways. So, we are empty of joy, love, peace, happiness, everything we are empty of. We don't have any knowledge, we don't know what is what, we don't know why what is happening. So, we lose a sense of everything. And just think about, one Baba is the source of everything. So when you recognize Baba, Baba gives you the understanding of everything that there is to understand. So Baba gives us complete understanding of, the beginning, middle and end. And Baba makes us understand why we are experiencing whatever we are experiencing, and also the method to come out of it. So, Baba makes us understand that the sorrow that we are in right now is a factor of two things, vices and time. And Baba says that according to the drama, according to the flow of time, vices have to creep in. And when they come in, then you start acting under the influence of vices and you lose your power. And there is nothing you can do about it, because from the copper age, that is how the drama is predestined. But now Baba says that if you want to go to that world where there is no vice and only happiness, then start with becoming a Shariri. Start with practicing being bodiless, and start with operating with yoga power. Start drawing power from Baba instead of taking power from the old world. And when you start doing this, then you will start filling yourself and also making everything right outside. So Baba is the one energy. Do you see? He is the one being who gives us everything. So Baba gives us knowledge, Baba purifies us, Baba gives us peace, unconditional love and acceptance and belonging, and Baba gives us Swaman, Baba gives us spiritual authority. Baba tells us that we are not ordinary, that as a soul I am very elevated, very deserving, that I have a great fortune. Baba ignites the lamp of hope in us. So Baba does everything for us. Baba is giving us power and joy and strength. But Baba says, just think about the fact that we children are getting everything from Baba, and other children or other people in the world who don't recognize Baba are also Baba's children, are they not? They are Baba's children, but they don't know Baba. And when they don't know Baba, then they are deprived of all these things from Baba. So they are deprived of this, godly gifts that Baba is giving in Sangam Yug, and also deprived of the future gifts that they will get. which is, going to the soul world and coming to heaven. So Baba says it is your duty to ask people these questions, that do you have a relationship with God? And if yes, what is that relationship? And give them accurate knowledge about who is Baba and what kind of a relationship we should have with Baba. So this is the thing that Baba tells us. And I remember, there was, I had been to a college once, and I had to deliver a session there. And in that college, there was all these young people sitting, and they were all very distracted, and they did not want to hear any spiritual session. And it was a ruckus there. And in that environment, I asked them, are you interested in God? So they absolutely said no. We are not interested in God. So I asked them, are you interested in peace and happiness and love? So they said, yes, we are interested in all of that. And then I asked, are you interested in power? So they said, yes, we are interested in power. So then I told them, God is defined as the ocean of love, ocean of peace, ocean of happiness, and ocean of power. So how can you be interested in all these things and not in God? So until and unless you know God, you cannot have all these things, because you have a very flawed definition of all of this, and you keep running after that flawed definition. And until you arrive at Baba, you cannot get the true essence of what you're seeking. And then they, kind of started taking me seriously, and they started listening. So Baba says that it is very important for everybody to understand. And you see, in the Murli, many a times Baba says that tell the praise of Baba to everybody. Sabko Baba ki mahima sunao. Now, what does it mean, tell the praise of Baba to everybody? So you see that in all the religions, in various languages, in various methods, we say that God is the heavenly Godfather, or God is the liberator, God is the guide, God is the teacher. Yes, so, or we say that God is the remover of sorrow and bestower of happiness. But Baba says that people need to be reminded that, or God is the purifier. And then people need to be reminded that when God is all of this, then why are you seeking all this in other places? If God is the liberator and guide, then if you don't meet God, if you don't have a relationship with God, how can you be liberated? Or if God is the heavenly Godfather, and you want to be in, you don't use the word heaven, but when you say, I want to be in happiness, happiness is heaven. So when you want happiness, you have to have a relationship with God. So this is something that has to be, very clearly conveyed to everybody. And Baba says that when you do this, then it is, and Baba says again, you have to not just give the knowledge of Baba, but also the knowledge of the whole story. So how there was a world which was heaven and full of all happiness and virtues, because the world has forgotten that world, and people think that we strive for happiness, we want happiness, but true happiness, everlasting happiness, is just a myth. You strive for it, but it never happens. But Baba says you have to give the introduction of the world cycle to them, and you also have to give the introduction of Baba Mama to them. And that is very important, because until and unless they recognize Brahma Baba, so if you don't recognize that God descends in the body, the inheritance through Brahma, then they might understand what God does, but then if they don't understand the method, they will never be able to take the inheritance. Now Baba says, you are directed to do all of this, but then those children who are doing all of this have to have very good manners. And Baba says they shouldn't have any ghost of vice in them. Yes, any ghost of vice shouldn't there be in them. And you see that those who do seva cannot have any vice in them, because the thing about vice is, it doesn't remain hidden. So just like a ghost, a ghost will just make you behave abruptly. So, when somebody behaves abruptly, you say, इनको भूत वूत चढ़ गया है क्या? You say, are they influenced by some ghost? And that's how you behave when there is a vice inside you. And Baba says that anybody who has a vice inside them may make very beautiful plans, but they will not be able to execute them, because somebody who is vicious is a slave of the vice. Yes, and when the time comes, your vice will decide how you will behave. Yes, so let's take a very simple vice, that which looks very innocent, the vice of laziness. So let's say somebody is very lazy, and you see that if somebody is lazy, even if you plan to, do a lot of seva and you have a lot of enthusiasm in the morning, when laziness takes over, you will just take the blanket and sleep. You will not do anything. So Baba says, anybody who has, I am talking about laziness, but think about those who have the vice of lust and anger in them. Just think about if there is the vice of lust in you and you're giving a course to somebody, and that vice of lust will tell them, that this person has a bad drishti. And how can you give the course to somebody if there is the vice of lust in you? And how can you teach them and empower them to embrace purity? So Baba says, such children who have vices in them, they cannot do any seva, and they will not be able to keep Baba's regard also. And they will always defame Baba, because their own actions, because they are under the influence of vices. And you see, when somebody is vicious, they don't realize how they appear on the outside and what kind of signals are they giving to the other person. Have you seen those people who are very egoistic and they just abuse their authority and power and just behave in a very entitled way, and they don't even realize that, do they? They don't realize that. Why? Because this is what the vice does to you. It makes you blind. It doesn't even make you see what is the impact of your actions or how your actions are reflecting on, on your status as a sevadhari or anything. And I have seen that, when vice takes over, then you don't even care for your own dignity, let alone the dignity of God. So Baba says that if there is a vice inside you, then you will not be able to keep Baba's regard, keep up Baba's, regard in front of you, everybody, and also you will not be able to maintain your Purusharth, because having continuous Purusharth is also giving regard to Baba. But anybody who is vicious is a slave, and they will not be able to do that. So Baba says, drive the vices away. And Baba tells us the most important thing, which is in the world, when they talk about ghosts, then there are specialists that drive away the ghost. And Baba says, when it comes to these ghost of vices, then only Baba can drive them away. Yes, and only Baba can drive them away means you have to have constant connection and this heart to heart connection and this complete obedience to Baba's Srimad. And when you do that, when you live your life in such a surrendered manner, and when you allow the light of Baba to light up your life, to light up your path, and you take every step on Srimad, only then will these vices go away. You have to surrender your ego and let God in. You have to do everything on Srimad and just not allow your buddhi, your old buddhi, your lokik buddhi to intervene in it, your vicious buddhi to intervene in it, and only then can we win over the vices. So this is what Baba is saying. Okay, Om Shanti.